Namaskar, I am Pradipta and this is my channel Pradipta's Musings. Today I am presenting a readout from the book The Mother as I Saw Her, Reminiscences of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi by Swami Saradeshananda. I am reading out the excerpt with the heading The Mother at Joyrambati and at Koalpara, page 40 to page 43. From the time of the celebration of the birth centenary of the Holy Mother, the attention of humanity at large is being increasingly drawn to her. From the enthusiasm and heartfelt devotion of people reflected in the books, pictures, and the plays produced on the Holy Mother, I feel the impetus given by Sri Ramakrishna to the worship of the Lord as Mother is finding increasing expression through the world's recognition of the Holy Mother as the replica of the beauty, sweetness, and compassion of divine motherhood of Lalita Shodashi Tripura Sundari. That is the reason why, O Mother, I feel confident that this garrulity of thy talkative son would not be distasteful to thee. Now the world is receptive to the great teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. The worship of the Lord as the Mother is the last word in sadhana. How difficult it was in those early days for a devotee from a distant land to come to the house of the Mother. Once the revered Yogin Ma, on her arrival at Joyrambati after a tiresome journey, said to Swami Saradeshananda, "My dear Swamiji, to come here is far more difficult than visiting Gaya or Varanasi." To this, the Swami at once replied in a serious tone, "Is this place lesser than Gaya or Varanasi in holiness?" The eager devotees from far off places, though often slipping down while negotiating the narrow pathways through the fields, would still hurry on in their eagerness to reach their destination and keep on asking any villager they met, "Where is Joyrambati? Which way is the Mother's house?" In early days, the villagers were filled with wonder at this stream of people coming with such inquiries, but later on they got used to it, and expressions like the Mother's house and the Mother's devotees became familiar to them. Moreover, finding these devotees educated, belonging to respectable families, and holding good positions in life, the local people gradually developed respect for them in their hearts. Of course, there were, as everywhere else, some people who were against devotion and devotees, and who, steeped in worldliness, could not bear any devotional environment or attitude. There were again other people, bigoted and old-fashioned, who could not view with favor the Holy Mother's unorthodox habit of continuing to wear the insignia of a married woman, such as long locks and cloth with border stripes, and her following habits that they considered atrociously unconventional. Above all, they were very much agitated to note how several young men like Sri Kedarnath Datta, Swami Keshavananda in later years, his associates, and several student devotees left their hearth and home, how they lived together and took food together in an ashrama at Koalpara, breaking all caste rules, and how they performed all kinds of menial work without any consideration of their position in society. The running of the Koalpara ashrama with the Holy Mother at its center and her coming there from time to time kept these devotees in a highly elated mood. The great enthusiasm and devotion with which the workers of that ashrama bore all kinds of hardship in serving devotees coming from far off lands by making all arrangements for their boarding and lodging and for their trip to the Holy Mother for initiation, and above all, their service of the Holy Mother with great ardor. All these were really unique. the thought comes to my mind that it was the mother of the universe herself that had created this wonderful combination of happenings to serve her own ends. In the beginning, great was the anxiety and severe the hardship that the mother had to bear for providing boarding and lodging and other amenities to those children of hers coming from distant places to Joyrambati, which was but a small village where one could not get even the bare necessaries of life for love or money. There were no shops worth the name then, and even for small purchases one had to go to distant villages. The only things that could be had from the neighboring poor villages were common vegetables, rice, pulses, puffed rice or muri, molasses, gur, and maybe a little milk. When the mother was young and healthy, she would herself go and procure whatever she could from people and run the household, but the number of her devotee children was small at that time. Besides, when Shyama Sundari Devi was fit, she used to help in looking after the comforts of those visitors who were her Sarada's children. But the number of such devotees went on increasing. Her mother Shyama Sundari Devi left this world, and the mother herself was growing older and her body weaker. It was at this juncture that the necessity arose for some additional help, and the Koalpara ashrama came into existence at that opportune time. During the time that the mother stayed at Joyrambati, the workers of the Koalpara ashrama would go to the famous haat, village market of Kotalpur, a few miles away, twice a week, and buy the things needed by the mother. They would then carry these commodities on their heads to the ashrama, and the next day early in the morning take them in the same way to Joyrambati, 4 miles away. Placing these at the feet of the mother, they would prostrate before her. Those who witnessed this scene even once would never forget it throughout their life. Their movements were so full of devotion and dedication. Again, if they stayed back for lunch, it would mean more work for the mother's household. So they would partake of the puffed rice lovingly offered to them by the mother as a snack, and would talk with her joyfully, learn what she required for the next week, and taking the dust of her feet as a token of her blessing, walk back the 4 miles to Koalpara with their hearts filled to the brim with joy. After they reached Koalpara, they would have their noon meal. Perchance, if there was need, they would again go to the mother the very next day. All this labor, hardship, the arduous work of the ashrama, the meager fare that the poor ashrama could provide, none of these could dampen their enthusiasm and dedication to service. Why? What was the nectar that infused this superhuman strength in their hearts? It was the unearthly love of the mother, the unlimited affection and compassion of which she formed the fountainhead. Feeling blessed and strengthened by this, they had made the impossible possible by their devotion to the mother. O Mother, one whom thou dost suckle with the nectar of thy love, finds nothing that is impossible to achieve. Drinking of that nectar from thee, thy brave child Vivekananda became a world conqueror. Rakhal, the founder of a kingdom. Premananda, Shivananda, Saradananda, and thy other devoted children, all great workers in thy cause, expanding thy kingdom of love far and wide, and attracting devoted persons from all parts of the world to thy lap. Whatever divine play of thy motherly attitude thou wert kind enough to show to us, O Mother, enable us to narrate the same to the new children of thine who are eager to hear it.